Maybe you know what's about to happen. It's March 31st, 2017. We're in Dallas, Texas, with seconds remaining in overtime of a Final Four game between the 1-seed UConn Huskies and the 2-seed Mississippi State Bulldogs. Mississippi State has the ball, and with it, the chance to do something both recent history and statistics would tell you is nearly impossible. Before the Bulldogs go to work, we need to measure the length of the odds here. We need to meet the people who built this UConn monolith, those defending it, and those straining to topple it. We need to rewind. Saying UConn was favored to win this game doesn't begin to describe it. This isn't David versus Goliath, this is David versus an army of Goliaths with flamethrowers. The University of Connecticut's longtime women's basketball dominance has reached truly absurd heights in this decade. Their excellence is so constant, so complete, that you might take it for granted at this point, so it's worth remembering where it all came from. It started with this guy. You know him, he's Gino Auriemma. In 1985, career assistant Gino took over a meek Huskies basketball program. They'd been getting clobbered in Big East competition and had never participated in a postseason. That continued through Auriemma's first couple seasons, but things began to change in the summer of 1987. 6'1" All-American forward Carrie Bascom of New Hampshire was good enough to play anywhere, but wanted to stay close to home where her mother was living with multiple sclerosis. Bascom considered offers from stronger, better-known programs in the Northeast, but chose Connecticut because Auriemma was honest about how she needed to improve and earn her spot rather than become an instant star. Bascom's arrival marked a huge win for a program whose abbreviated name made people think the star was leaving to play basketball in the Canadian wilderness. Speaking of which, Bascom got the snowball rolling. She led the Huskies to their first Big East title, first NCAA Tournament, and their first Final Four. By 1991, when Massachusetts high school superstar Rebecca Lobo was making her college choice, UConn was very much on the map. Lobo chose the Huskies and eventually made them undefeated NCAA champions in 1995. Now the snowball was really rolling. More top recruits, more deep tournament runs, whole classes of stars, championship repeats and three-peats. What started with Gino and Carrie has become an avalanche of unparalleled greatness. Just look around this building and you'll see the faces of said greatness, which reached a whole new level in recent years. Connecticut has won the last 4 NCAA championships and 6 of the last 8. Entering tonight, the Huskies had won 28 straight NCAA tournament games and 111 straight games overall. No one but prior Husky squads comes even close to that. These people here tonight made that happen. Breanna Stewart and Morgan Tuck, along with fellow star Mariah Jefferson, commanded the most recent Husky dynasty. All 3 upperclassmen turned pro last spring, becoming the first 3 picks in the 2016 WNBA draft. Losing the top 3 scorers in one fell swoop was a lot, even for UConn. The Huskies ranked only 3rd in the preseason AP poll, and they had a rocky start against a difficult 2016-2017 schedule. I don't mean they lost, heavens no. But Florida State nearly pulled off the upset on opening night, and, well, some of the wins since then have been kinda close. This team is still really good. By mid-season, they reclaimed number 1 in the polls and have not relinquished that ranking. Last season's underclassmen role players are now the stars. Nafisa Collier led the team in points and rebounds in the regular season and in UConn's blowout victories in the Sweet 16 and Elite 8. Katie Lou Samuelson and Kia Nurse are both terrors from downtown, and while neither would call tonight's outing a great performance, they've combined to hit 5 threes. Tonight's star is the most versatile Husky, junior Gabby Williams. UConn struggled early, but Williams kept them afloat and spurred a comeback by hitting 3 of her first 4 shots. She punctuated that gradual comeback with this heavy pressure steal and transition bucket in the 4th quarter. And when Mississippi State's Morgan Williams threatened to end the game in regulation, Williams used outstanding length and timing to turn her away with a highlight block. But, UConn's not supposed to need last-second highlight plays. It's never supposed to be that close. Or this close. This unbeatable powerhouse might get beaten right now. They were losing for most of this game, so we need to talk about Mississippi State. Relative to normal, non-UConn basketball teams, it's boom time for the Bulldogs. Mississippi State hired Vic Schaefer as head coach in 2012. The program he inherited hadn't made the NCAA Tournament in a couple years and lacked the top-flight talent to make it back immediately. Schaefer changed that. His first elite recruit arrived on campus in 2014, five-star in-state high school legend Victoria Vivians. Vivians was the freshman star for a team that made it back to the NCAA Tournament and won its first-round game over Tulane. The following offseason, Schaefer grabbed another five-star recruit, 6'7" center Tiara McCowan, and geared up for a deeper tournament run in 2016. The 5 seed took down Chattanooga in the first round, then upset Michigan State in the second round thanks to Brianna Richardson's huge three in the final minute. That set Mississippi State up for a Sweet 16 matchup with them. It was ugly. UConn wrecked everyone last season, and they really wrecked the Bulldogs. The first quarter score was 32-4, and things did not improve in a 98-38, 60-point defeat. Humiliating. While UConn's Big Three dominated, no Mississippi State starter scored more than 6 points. Vivians shot 3 of 15 to reach that wimpy mark herself. McCowan was the only Bulldog to have anything even remotely approaching a good game off the bench. Coach Schaefer did not bury that embarrassment. As soon as the Bulldogs plane landed back in Starkville, he made his team watch film. This season, the window of their weight room had a big number 60 painted on it. Mississippi State's competed tonight like they remember that game, like it fuels them. Gritty plays like this Chinwe Okorie and one off a rebound helped them build a 9-point lead against a team with an average first quarter point differential of plus 12. This Vivians lay-in off a turnover gave Mississippi State a 16-point lead in the second quarter, unprecedented for these Huskies. New Cowboys quarterback / Mississippi State legend Dak Prescott was invigorated. UConn closed that gap on a putback in the third quarter because they're UConn. It took this huge late three from Vivians out of a timeout to stave off a Husky victory in regulation. And Vivians has been the Bulldog star tonight. Given the number of big shots she's hit, a tie game with seconds left in overtime seems like a good opportunity to give her the ball. Oh, wait, where is she? This OT period has been full of Mississippi State mistakes, the first of which came from Vivians. The Bulldog star knew she had to be careful playing with 4 fouls, but after a Williams rebound, Vivians got caught with her hand in the cookie jar and fouled out just a minute into OT, so she's gone. On another crucial play, Richardson passed to a ref. Coach and Dak were beside themselves. But one particular Bulldog misadventure will stand out if they can't pull off the upset. With a minute to go and Mississippi State up 2, UConn committed a back-breaking turnover, but this also happened. Once the Huskies regained possession, Auriemma called timeout, which gave officials a chance to review that Dominique Dillingham forearm to Katie Lou Samuelson's throat. Because there was contact to the face, they retroactively called the play a flagrant 1 foul, awarding UConn 2 shots and the ball. Samuelson hit the shots to tie the game, but Sanaya Chong rushed the final play and surrendered the ball, which is how we got here. Dillingham brought the ball up and looked for a moment like she might pull up to avenge that flagrant foul, but with like 5 seconds left, she's passing it off to the smallest person on the floor, Morgan William. Let's talk about Morgan William. Morgan William was not one of Vic Schaefer's big-name recruits. William was an Alabama high school star, but at maybe 5'5" if you're being generous, the point guard nicknamed Itty Bitty received tepid attention from most college coaches. She was rated just a 3-star and ranked 25th among the 2014 point guard prospects. Before Williams' college career began, she lost her father, her basketball mentor. She considered quitting the game entirely. William came off the bench her freshman year and shot quite poorly her sophomore year. This season, though, was a bit of a breakout. William posted career-best shooting percentages by a long shot and took great care of the ball. And then last weekend happened. William came out focused. She helped erase an early Baylor lead with a baseline bucket off the catch in the set play, immediately followed by a tough rebound in traffic, immediately followed by a crisp pick-and-roll feed for Richardson. When she banked in a 3 to end the first quarter, Morgan William thought it might be her night. She was correct. That was the first of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 3-pointers Williams splashed to reach 41 points in an overtime upset. That's the most an SEC player has ever scored in this tournament, and it was done by an itty-bitty guard who averaged like 11 points per game this season. By the standards set last weekend, Williams' performance tonight hasn't been so hot. Granted, this is about the toughest opponent imaginable. She started things off with a pretty sick dish to Richardson and an early 3, but missed more as the Husky defense settled in, including this air ball over a zone coverage. Williams controlled both the Bulldogs' chances to ice a win in regulation, but she dribbled out one possession only to brick a 3, then watched Gabby Williams intercept her attempt to break a tie at the buzzer. But now the ball is back in her hands. Morgan Williams has one more shot to graduate from Elite 8 hero to slayer of one of history's fiercest dragons. The man who raised that dragon still stalks the sidelines. He's surrounded by players who won and won and won, right up through a streak of 4 straight titles and several years without a loss. Even after a bunch of those people left, this UConn team has remained powerful behind a rising class of stars, but not powerful enough to repeat the 60-point drubbing they dealt this opponent last tournament. Vic Schaefer's Bulldogs are up for the task this year, although the events of this overtime suggest fate still might not be on their side. Morgan Williams has one chance to fix that. One chance to stop an unstoppable foe. Let's see what happens. Welcome to a moment in history.
Williams on the drive. Pull up, pull up. Got it! She got it! She got it!
This March Madness Rewinder is presented by Google. This partnership will help us make more, better videos, and with a little help from Google search, I was able to find all the information you saw in this video. Otherwise, I'd have to just do it from memory, which would suck for all of us.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. If you liked this episode of Rewinder, you might like this other episode about another last-second shot in the NCAA Tournament. Or maybe this episode of Rewinder. I don't know. It's your own life. Do what you want.